Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Erica and I'll be guiding you through your practice today. Today's practice is an arm balance sit flow focusing on 8 ankle pose. So without further ado, we'll get started at the back of your mat in child's pose. So bring your big toes together to touch, spread your knees out wide and reach your arms out long in front of you. Release your forehead down onto your mat. Option here to shake your head yes and no to give yourself a little forehead massage. Keep pressing your hips toward your heels. Begin to listen to the rhythms of your inhales and your exhales. Letting your hips fall closer toward your heels with each exhale. Your body melting further into your mat. Inhale to tabletop, draw your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees. Exhale here. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lift your gaze up and out. Pause and breathe here. Energetically draw the heels of your hands in toward your knees to light up your triceps. Press your shins into the ground, inhale. Exhale, cat pose. Draw your belly button in toward your spine, chin into your chest. Press down into the ground to lift up even higher. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, cat pose. Belly button in toward your spine. Take a few rounds of cat and cow on your own time, moving with the rhythms of your inhales and exhales. We meet in a neutral tabletop, lengthening through the spine, closing your rib cage. Begin to walk your palms about 1 inch in front of your shoulders. Inhale, begin to draw your hips to the right, moving you into an upward facing dog. And exhaling as you draw your hips to the left, moving back into a child's pose. Move at your own pace here, inhaling for the up dog. And exhaling for the child's pose. Begin to reverse the circle when you're ready. Inhaling your hips to the left, moving you into up dog, and then hips back around to the right into child's pose. When you're ready, we meet in a child's pose. Release whatever thoughts came before your practice, anything that's coming after your practice. Release and just be within the 4 corners of your mat space. Begin to inhale as you draw your chest forward, elbows draw back, moving you into an upward facing dog. Chest presses through your arms, press down so much so you could lift your knees off of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Option here to pedal out your feet, opening up in the backs of your legs and opening up in your feet. Soles of your feet, the toes, ankles. And then find stillness, reaching your heels toward the ground, torso toward your thighs. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose. Walk your feet in hips width distance apart. Grab opposite hand to opposite elbow and place a nice bend in your knees, so much so you can release your torso on top of your thighs. Option here to sway from side to side, letting go of any tension in your upper body. Maybe you shake your head yes and no once more. Begin to drop your hands down to the ground. Toe heel your feet together to touch. Your big toes touch. You have a slight space in your heels for alignment. Inhale, roll up to standing, stacking one vertebra at a time, letting the head come up last. Exhale, standing at attention, Samasthiti. Bring your hands together to touch. Let your eyes closed or find a soft gaze, whatever you're comfortable with. Gently squeeze your shoulder blades together, broadening in the chest. And then release the shoulders away from your ears. Set an intention for your practice. And choose to practice that intention for the next 30 minutes on your mat. Staying within the four corners of your space. Trusting your body. Trusting your mind. Letting your breath lead. Take an inhale through your nose, fill up the body with breath. And exhale out your mouth. Once more, inhale through your nose. This time, seal your lips at the top of your breath. Exhale through your nose, Ujjayi breath. Release your palms by your sides, flutter your eyes open. Let's flow. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your arms up high, pause, breathe here. Drop your tailbone down to really lengthen through your spine. Keep squeezing your legs together as you release your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, mountain twist to your right. Open your right arm back. Your left arm reaches forward. Your right hip draws forward to deepen in your twist. Gaze can be to the right or to the back, whatever you're most comfortable with today in your body. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana, reach it up high. Exhale, open twist to your left, reach your left arm back, your right hand forward. Again, draw your left hip forward to deepen in your twist. Press your left shoulder back as you draw your gaze to the back space or to the left. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana, reach your arms up high. Exhale, baby back bend with Chaturanga arms, bend your elbows 90 degrees, elbows in line with each other. And then flex your palms up to the ceiling. Lift your chest and then find the bend back. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold. Draw your hands through heart center. Inhale, high halfway lift with airplane arms. Lift your chest away from the ground. Pause and breathe here. Squeeze your triceps up and then in to really engage here. Press weight onto the ball mounts of your feet so much so you can lift your heels. Inhale. Exhale, high plank, plant your palms, step your feet back. Inhale, shift forward to your tippy toes. Exhale, low plank, bend your elbows 90 degrees in toward your side body. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Press your chest through your arms. And exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lifting your hips up. All right, that is our Sunday. We'll flow one breath to one movement, one time through, building heat by using our Ujjayi pranayama, our Ujjayi breath, our breath of strength, and our breath of power. Inhale, gaze forward, rise to your tippy toes. Exhale, forward fold, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, high halfway lift with airplane arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana, reach up high. Exhale, mountain twist to your right, opening up to the right. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, open twist to your left, press your left hip forward. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, baby back bend with chaturanga arms. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. And exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, high halfway lift with airplane arms. Exhale, high to low plank, move through your chaturanga dandasana. Always option to stay in a high plank and just meet in a downward facing dog. We meet in the downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward, rise to your tippy toes. Exhale, forward, fold, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, high halfway lift with airplane arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend your knees, reach your arms up high. Pause, breathe here. Press weight into your heels, so much so you could lift your toes off of the ground. Keep squeezing your thighs together. Release your shoulders away from your ears as you spin your triceps in toward one another. Inhale. Exhale, prayer twist to your right. Bring your hands to heart center and then bring your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. For prayer twist, drop your hips nice and low. Press your left elbow into your right thigh to deepen in your twist and draw your right shoulder back. If you would like to move into side crow here, for side crow, you'll place your palms right next to your hips. Your back palm is in line with your right hip. Front palm is in line with your left, or your right rather, thigh. And then you're gonna place your right hip onto your right elbow, right thigh onto your left elbow, and then slowly move your feet up. Your gaze should be out and down. Maybe you lift your feet off of the ground. Take one more breath in your side crow, and then we meet back in a prayer twist. If you're in prayer twist, keep squeezing your thighs together. Lift your belly away from your thighs. Prayer twist is where we meet. Inhale, begin to lift your left foot up. Exhale, revolved crescent lunge, step your left foot back. You're still pressing your left elbow into your right thigh. Reach the crown of your head toward the space in front of you and up. Begin to release your left elbow. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach up high. Pause, breathe here. Square off your hips to the front of your space by drawing your left hip forward, your right hip back. Drop your tailbone down to lengthen through your spine. And press high on the ball mount of your back foot. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Open up to the left side of your space. Pause and breathe here. Draw your right thigh open to open up in your right hip. Energetically draw your heels in toward one another to light up in your inner thighs. Inhale, star pose. Straighten through your front leg. Turn your left heel in toward you. Open up in your chest. Breathe here. Take up space on your mat. Again, you can still energetically draw your heels in toward one another to get an engagement in your inner thighs. Begin to parallel your toes to the sides of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest. And exhale, wide-legged forward fold, drop your chest down. Grab for opposite ankles. And release your upper body down into the ground. If you have another inversion in your practice that you want to move into, like headstand, forearm stand, Feel free to move into that now. If you're looking for something a little bit more restorative, you can place a bend in your knees. If you've moved into another inversion, begin to move out of that, meeting back in a wide-legged forward fold. Place your palms underneath of your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, runner's lunge, walk your hands to the front of your mat. Untuck your back leg, release your knee down. Option to move down to your elbows if that's comfortable for you. Keep pressing your right thigh back and opening up in the hips. Let each exhale melt your hips closer to the mat, releasing any tension you're still holding on to, any tension that formed throughout your practice up until this point. Just choose to release it and come back to the four corners of your space. Be with your mind and your body and your breath. Inhale, press up to your palms. And exhale, high plank, step your right foot back. Inhale, shift forward to your tippy toes. Exhale, low plank, moving through your Chaturanga Dandasana. We'll meet in a downward facing dog. Right, inhale, gaze forward, rise to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, high halfway lift with airplane arms. Squeeze your triceps up and in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, bend your knees, reach your arms up high, pause, breathe here. This time you press weight into your heels, so much so you can lift your toes off of the ground. Draw your belly away from your thighs and release your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, prayer twist. Bring your palms to heart center and then draw your right elbow to your left thigh. Drop your hips nice and low here. And then draw your belly away from your thighs as you press your elbow into your thigh to deepen in your twist. Now, option to move into your crow pose. I'll show my crow pose from this angle here now. So you're going to place your palms next to your hips and then move your left elbow to your left hip, your right elbow to your left thigh. So you can see my gaze is down and slightly out to help move me on top of my elbows and balancing out that weight. If you're in your side crow, keep pressing down through your palms to lift yourself up even higher. Take about one more breath here. And then we meet in a prayer twist. In your prayer twist, keep drawing your left shoulder back, opening up in the chest. Prayer twist is where we meet. Inhale, begin to lift your right leg up. And exhale, crescent lunge, step it back. Your arms stay exactly where they were in your prayer twist. You can slightly draw your right hip forward to move fully onto the ball mount of your back foot. Keep lifting your belly away from your left thigh. Inhale, crescent lunge, reach your arms up high. Pause, breathe here. Drop your tailbone down. Reach your right hip forward, your left hip back to really square off in your hips here. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Open up to the right side of your space. Press your left thigh back to open up in your hip. And then energetically draw your heels in toward one another to light up your inner thighs. Your gaze is through your left fingertips. Wrap your ribcage in toward your midline. Inhale, star pose. Point your toes to the front and back of your mat as you reach your arms in opposite directions. Breathe here. Lift in your chest. Try to find length in your spine rather than finding an arch in your back. Right? Keep reaching your tailbone down as you draw your chest up toward the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, parallel your feet to the fronts and the backs of your mat. And drop your chest forward. Again, option here to move into another arm balance of your choice. If you would like to make this more restorative, you can place a bend in your knees. As you can see, if it's accessible to you, you can place your head down to the ground. I like to take that time here to kind of find where that place would be for me if I were to move into a headstand. But because I'm not taking the full expression, I just place a tiny bit of weight for a more restorative pose. If you're in an arm balance of your choice, begin to move back into your wide-legged forward fold. If you're in your wide-legged forward fold, begin to place your palms underneath of your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, runner's lunge, bend into your left knee. Drop your back knee down and tuck your back toes. Option to stay here or begin to move down to your elbows. Listening to the rhythms of your inhales and your exhales, noticing any differences since the beginning of your practice. And then letting go, trying to observe without judgment, finding presence. Release with each exhale. Inhale, press up to your palms. Exhale, high plank. Step your left foot back. Inhale, shift forward to your tippy toes. Exhale, low plank. Move through your Chaturanga Dandasana. We meet in a downward facing dog. We'll flow through that full flow. One breath to one movement, one time through. Moving with ease. Always option to take whatever inversions you would like. I won't be stopping for our side crow or any of the chin or headstand or arm stand if you took those today. But feel free to move into those at your own time. We'll also have a few more moments to get into our 8 ankle pose or focus posture of today. So you'll have time to practice that as well. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, high halfway lift with airplane arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, bend your knees, reach your arms up high. Exhale, prayer twist to your right. Inhale, lift your left leg. And exhale, revolved crescent lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, runner's lunge, drop it down. Inhale, press up to your palms. Exhale, high plank. Move through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Take whatever variation you would like. We meet in a downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward, rise to your tippy toes. Exhale, forward fold, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, high halfway lift with airplane arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, bend your knees, reach it up. Exhale, prayer twist to your left. Inhale, begin to lift your right leg up. Exhale, revolved crescent lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, star pose, open it up. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, release forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, runner's lunge, drop it all the way down. Inhale, press up to your palms. Exhale, move through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Always option to drop down to your knees for your low plank and moving you back into your upward facing dog. We meet in a downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward, rise to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop or step through to a seat. Coming onto your back, we meet in a reclined bound angle pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Bring your palms behind your head. We take an inhale before to prepare. Exhale, you lift your chest up. Lower for the inhale. Exhale to lift. Move at your own pace. Begin to activate your breath of strength, your strength training breath, that's what it's called. And to activate this breath, you want to make a ch or sound through your teeth. This is just going to activate your core, right? As you activate that diaphragm, it really engages your low core. So you're really getting all of the core working in our core series. All right, friends, if you want a little extra challenge, you can lift your feet off of the ground. Just keep pressing the soles of your feet in toward one another. We're not here much longer. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees into your chest, moving right into bicycle twists. Keep your hands behind your head. Knees are on top of your hips. You open to the right as you lengthen your left leg. Center, left, center. Inhale on the center and exhale as you twist. Still using your strength training breath, activating that low core. Not here much longer. Stay with your breath. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Bring your knees into your chest. All right, that is all for our core today. We are not doing too much with core because I really want to get into our arm balance, which is 8-angle pose. All right, so for 8-angle pose, always option to practice our arm balance, but always option to also go into child's pose if you're not feeling the arm balance today. If you have something else you're working on and you feel warm enough to get into that, go for it. Use this time. We're gonna have about 3 minutes here to work on our 8-angle pose. All right, so to get into this pose, I like to take it from a one-legged forward fold. So I'm gonna bend my left foot in toward my right inner thigh. And I'm just gonna take a stretch here first. So inhale to reach your arms up high. And exhale to draw your chest forward, really opening up in the back, getting those hips nice and loose. And then from here, slowly walk yourself back up. And you're gonna start to cradle your left leg into your arms, just taking a sway from side to side, still opening up in that hip. Once you feel like your hip is pretty mobile in this position, pretty warmed up, you're gonna slowly move your left knee to the back of your left shoulder. And from here, I'm gonna take my left palm and put it down on the ground. From here, I'm gonna bend my right knee in. Right ankle goes on top of my left ankle. All right, so you can kind of see where my feet are, right? You can maybe even straighten and bend your legs to kind of feel what muscles are gonna be working, right? It's a lot of inner thighs in this arm balance pose, 8-angle pose. So palms are gonna be right underneath of your shoulders. So you're gonna come up to a high plank position and then slowly bend into a low plank position. Little tip here that I love to use. I don't know if it's a tip or if it's a cheat, but I like to use my right elbow as a support system for my right hip. So if I'm feeling like I need that support today, then I'm gonna place my right hip on top of my right elbow. All right, if not, you wanna go full strength, go for it. For full strength, right, we're just in this low plank position, squeezing into the side body. From here, all you gotta do is lift the legs up off of the ground. So obviously you wanna make sure you have a good grip on you. So maybe even putting that knee even further on top of the left shoulder and then readjusting here. You can place your feet down to get into it. Boom, boom. Bring it down. Gaze again, just like crow pose is down and out. And then slowly begin lifting the legs up. Maybe you play around with straightening and bending the knees. All right, so I'm gonna move on to the other side and try and condense that demonstration down just a little bit. But for the other side now, you're gonna straighten your left leg. Bring your right foot to your left inner thigh. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, fold it forward. Releasing in the back to release further into the hips. And then from here, I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna bend this right knee in, cradle it like a baby, rock from side to side. Once I feel like my hip is nice and open and nice and mobile, I'll bring my right knee to the back of my right shoulder, my right arm, whatever is accessible in your body, and then place your left ankle on top of the right ankle. Right hand comes down to the ground. I'm gonna place my feet down. If you want to here, stop and take a moment to straighten and bend your knees. Place your palms down, come into this high plank position, lower down. Maybe you lift your legs, maybe you straighten. ahead and play around with that. All right, I'll give you about 1 more minute here to play around with that. And then we'll all meet in a child's pose at the back of your mat. If you're in your child's pose already, come back to your intention. Come back to what you set for your 4 corners of your space today. What's going to keep you here until the end of your practice. Not only with your body, but with your mind and with your breath. Choosing to allow yourself to slow down. We meet in a child's pose. Begin to walk yourself up to sit on your heels, and then slowly move your hips to the side and your feet around to the front of your mat. And lie down on your back. Bring your knees into your chest. We'll take a figure 4 stretch here. So wrap your right ankle on top of your left knee, and then grab for the back of your left thigh, drawing your legs into your chest. You can use your right elbow to press your right hip open a little bit more here, keeping flexion in the feet to protect your joints. Go ahead and switch out your legs whenever you're ready, crossing your left ankle on top of your right thigh and grabbing for the back of your right leg. Bring your knees back into your chest. And then release your left leg out long in front of you. Inhale, draw your right knee in toward your right armpits. Exhale, supine twist, cross your right knee across your body, tee out your arms, and then draw your gaze to the right. Keep both shoulders on your mat, twisting from your navel up, protecting the spine. Inhale, draw your knees back into your chest. And exhale, release your right leg out long in front of you. Inhale your left knee in toward your left armpit. Exhale, supine twist, cross your knee across your body, tee out your arms. An option to draw your gaze to the left, deepening in your twist. Again, twisting from the navel up, keeping both shoulders on your mat. Inhale, draw your knees back into your chest. Exhale, happy baby pose. Grab for the insides or the outsides of your feet, or the insides or outsides of your thighs, whatever is accessible to you. An option to rock from side to side here. Maybe you lengthen one leg, maybe you lengthen the other. Take whatever last movement you need here on your mat today. When you're ready, bring your knees into your chest. Squeeze everything into the center of your mat. Take a deep inhale through your nose, filling up the body with breath. And exhale, Shavasana. Final resting pose. Release your palms up to the ceiling, your toes out to the sides. Find a slight opening in your lips to release your Ujjayi breath, letting your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Melting with each exhale, releasing stress, any last bits of tension you're holding on to, whatever you're holding on to. Choose to allow yourself to be present within the four corners of your mat space for these last few moments of your practice. When you're ready to move out of your practice, move with ease, be gentle with your body. Thank you for joining me on your mat today. If you enjoyed today's practice, please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Namaste.